Hi, I'm Dot, your DwellTrack guide. I will be with you throughout this walkthrough to help you get familiar with the platform. We will create a demonstration account, add a property and tenant, and explore the tools that help Canadian landlords stay organized. Ready? Let's get started. DwellTrack is property management software built specifically for Canadian landlords. It brings rent tracking, receipts, tenant records, expenses, maintenance requests, and supporting documents together in one organized workspace. The platform is built around Interac e-transfer confirmations, allowing you to manage your rental finances without connecting your bank account. In this tutorial, we'll create a new account, add our first property and tenant, and then take a complete tour of the workspace to see how everything fits together. To get started, click Start Free. You'll now be taken to the account creation page. There are two ways to create your account. You can enter your name, email address, and password, then click Create Account. Alternatively, you can sign up using your Google account, which is the method we'll use in this tutorial. Click Continue with Google, then select the Google account you'd like to use. Once authentication is complete, you'll be signed in automatically and ready to set up your DwellTrack account. After signing in, DwellTrack guides you through a quick onboarding process to personalize your workspace. The first step is creating your first property. Click Get Started to begin. The setup takes less than 2 minutes, and no credit card is required. Now it's time to add your property's details. Start by entering a property nickname. This is an internal name that helps you quickly identify the property throughout your dashboard. It can be anything that's meaningful to you, such as the building name or a street reference. Next, enter the property's full address. DwellTrack uses this information to keep your records organized and associated with the correct location. Then specify the number of rental units in the property. If it's a single-family home, simply leave it as 1. For duplexes, apartment buildings, or other multi-unit properties, enter the appropriate number of units. Choose the property type, then assign a label to each unit. Unit labels, such as Unit 1, Basement, or Suite A, make it easy to associate tenants, rent payments, maintenance requests, and documents with the correct rental unit from the very beginning. As you complete the form, the preview card updates automatically, giving you a quick summary of the property you're creating. Once you've entered all the required information, click Next Step. Next, we'll add our first tenant. Begin by entering the tenant's full legal name, exactly as it appears on the lease agreement. The tenant will automatically be linked to the unit you created in the previous step. Next, enter the monthly rent amount. This should be the base rent before utilities or any additional charges. Then provide the tenant's Interac e-transfer email address, or alias. This is one of DwellTrack's key features. When your tenant sends rent by Interac e-transfer, DwellTrack uses the confirmation emails to automatically recognize and reconcile rent payments. There's no need to connect your bank account, and DwellTrack never receives or handles your money. Finally, enter the lease start date and, if applicable, the lease end date. These dates help DwellTrack manage the tenancy and keep your lease information organized. When you're finished, click Next Step. Your initial setup is now complete. DwellTrack has created your first property, linked your first tenant, and established the foundation of your rental portfolio. Everything is now organized and ready for day-to-day management. This confirmation screen provides a summary of your portfolio, including the property, primary tenant, monthly rent, and lease status. Below that, the activation timeline shows the onboarding milestones you've completed, from creating your landlord account and adding your property to creating the lease and preparing the tenant portal invitation. The final step is configuring Interac e-transfer notifications. This optional feature allows DwellTrack to automatically detect Interac e-transfer confirmation emails and record rent payments for you. Your tenants continue sending rent directly to your existing bank account. DwellTrack never receives, holds, or moves your money. It simply uses the confirmation emails to keep your rent records up to date. We'll cover the complete Interac e-transfer setup process in a separate video dedicated to this feature. For now, click Skip for Now. Proceed to Dashboard. After completing the sign-up process, DwellTrack takes us directly to the main dashboard, our portfolio command center. Here, we can quickly review rent collection, occupancy, remaining balances, and any past due amounts. The dashboard also highlights issues that may require our attention, helping us understand what to focus on next. Across the top of the dashboard, we have a set of quick access buttons. We'll begin with AI Insights. AI Insights reviews the information already available in our portfolio, including rent status, occupancy, maintenance requests, recent activity, and e-transfer notifications. To create a personalized summary, we simply click Generate AI Insights. DwellTrack then turns the latest portfolio activity into a short, practical action list, clearly flagging any high-priority items. Next is the Rent Inbox. The Rent Inbox is a dedicated email service that provides us with a unique DwellTrack email address. This address can be used to receive or forward rent-related messages. The next shortcut is the Tax Helper. Tax Helper assists Canadian landlords with preparing their T776 rental income and expense information. It uses the property and lease details stored in DwellTrack, together with the expenses logged throughout the year, to help organize and generate the information needed for the T776 form. Next, let's select Property to add a new rental property to the portfolio. We begin by entering a recognizable property nickname. This can be a building name or any label that helps us quickly identify the property inside DwellTrack. Next, we enter the property's full address. We then specify the number of rental units and select the appropriate property type. Once everything is correct, we click Add Property. After adding the property, we can use the Add Tenant button to create a tenant and lease record. First, we select the rental property where the tenant will be living. We then enter the tenant's name and assign them to one of the available units at that property. Next, we enter the monthly rent amount. In the e-transfer email or alias field, we enter the email address the tenant normally uses when sending rent payments. This helps DwellTrack associate incoming e-transfer confirmations with the correct tenant. Finally, we enter the lease start and end dates. Once all the information has been reviewed, we click Add Tenant to create the tenant record and add the lease to our portfolio. Now, let's continue through the remaining dashboard cards. The 6-month collection trend gives us a visual overview of rent collected, compared with any balances that remain open each month. This makes it easier to spot changes in payment performance over time. To the right, the Needs Your Attention card highlights items that may require action. In this example, DwellTrack is reminding us to activate automatic rent tracking by connecting Interac email forwarding. Next, the Tenant Payment Standing card shows each tenant, their assigned unit, monthly rent amount, and current payment status. We can select a tenant for more details or click Open Full Ledger to review the complete rent payment history. To the right, the Recent Activity timeline records important events across the portfolio, such as newly created leases, added tenants, registered properties, and account notifications. We can click View All to see the complete activity history. Below that, the Open Maintenance card provides a quick view of any unresolved maintenance requests. In this account, there is currently no open maintenance work, so all reported issues have been resolved. Finally, the Portfolio Footprint card summarizes the size and current status of the portfolio. It shows the total number of properties and units, how many units are occupied, and the number of open maintenance items. At the bottom of this card, we can also find our unique rent tracking inbox address, which can be used to receive or forward Interac e-transfer confirmation emails. Next, we'll open the Tenants page from the navigation menu. This page gives us a complete overview of the tenants in our portfolio. We can see each tenant's assigned unit, property, lease status, monthly rent, and current payment standing. The filters at the top allow us to quickly find all tenants, leases that are expiring soon, or tenants with overdue balances. At the bottom, DwellTrack also summarizes the total annual rent roll, current portfolio occupancy, and the number of leases expiring this month. To review Maya Chen's information in more detail, we'll click View. This opens Maya's tenant profile, where all of her lease payment and communication information is organized in one place. At the top, we can review her assigned unit, monthly rent, tenant credit, and lease dates. Mia has already received an email inviting her to create her DwellTrack tenant account, but she has not completed the registration yet, so her invitation is still marked as pending. From the Quick Actions panel, we can resend the invitation or copy the invitation link. The Payment Integrity Timeline provides a month-by-month view of her payment performance, while the payment history records every payment associated with the tenant. Below that, the Communication Log allows us to record notes and interactions for future reference. The Quick Actions panel also lets us message the tenant, update the lease status, generate a receipt when available, open the full ledger, or edit the lease. Next, we'll open the Documents section. DwellTrack automates much of the lease drafting process by using the property, tenant, rent, and lease information already stored in the account. This makes preparing a lease faster and reduces the need to enter the same information again. The process is divided into 4 simple steps. First, we select the lease we want to use. Next, we move to Review Details, where we verify that all tenant, landlord, property, rent, and lease information is complete and accurate. In the third step, we preview the legal document before sending it. This allows us to review the completed lease, make sure the terms are correct, and add the landlord's signature where required. Finally, we select Send to deliver the document to the tenant and request their electronic signature. Next is the Messenger, where we can communicate directly with tenants in real time. Each conversation is organized by tenant and property, keeping questions, updates, and follow-ups together in one place. Messages remain available both here and through the chat widget for quick access. Next is the email inbox. DwellTrack provides a dedicated email address where property-related messages can be received and organized. Conversations, attachments, and replies remain together in one searchable record, helping us keep important correspondence in context without leaving the platform. Next, under Finances, we can access DwellTrack's financial tools for tracking rent payments, managing expenses, reviewing the portfolio ledger, and monitoring overall financial performance. We'll explore each of these features in more detail in a separate tutorial. Next is the Maintenance Tracker, where maintenance requests submitted by tenants through the DwellTrack tenant portal appear automatically. As the landlord, we can also log a maintenance request ourselves. Each issue is organized as open, in progress, urgent, or resolved, making it easy to track the work from the initial request. Finally, under Rental Applications, we can create customized application forms, manage published forms and their shareable links, and review submitted candidates, all from one organized workflow. And that concludes our quick tour of DwellTrack. Create your account today to explore these features and many more, including AI Insights, the AI Advisor, and the AI-powered question generator for rental applications. With DwellTrack, managing properties, tenants, payments, documents, maintenance, and communication becomes simpler, faster, and more organized, all from one place. A world of easier property management is waiting for you. Welcome to DwellTrack.